Good afternoon here from the Phoenix International Raceway for round number 4 of the 2017 NASCAR Sprint Cup Series season. We are live here getting set for the 2017 Camping World 500, a 32-lap race here in the desert. Round number 2 of the West Coast Week begins right here with 32 laps for racing, and the number 78 Martin Truex Jr. leading the field down the green on this picture-perfect day here in Phoenix. Just like in yesterday's Xfinity race, it is a beautiful day. It's hot, it's slick. These cars are going to be sliding around all afternoon, and it's going to make one fun race for all of us watching. On the outside of the front row, the 42 Coca-Cola Chevrolet of Kyle Larson out of Chip Ganassi Racing. Running out your top 5, Chase Elliott, Matt Kenseth, and Ryan Blaney. They round out your top 5 on the starting grid. Yesterday afternoon, you saw William Byron grab his first career NASCAR Xfinity Series win with Joe Gibbs Racing, beating all the Cup guys and grabbing the win. Will we see another surprise winner this weekend? What about a first-time winner? We have Chase Elliott. We have Ryan Blaney up here starting in the front. Could they be potential first-time winners this afternoon? Let's take a look at the Chase grid after 3 races in 2017. Last weekend, we saw the 22 Joey Logano score a win at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, putting his Shell Pennzoil number 22 team in the chase for 2017, joining his teammate Brad Keselowski and the 4 of Kevin Harvick. See, Chase Elliott right now is the highest driver in points without a win, followed by Matt Kenseth, Denny Hamlin, Kyle Busch. Right now, the bubble is held by the 21 team of Ryan Blaney, 4 points over the 19 of Carl Edwards. But I promise you that Chase grid, as you're looking at right now, will not look the same at the end of these 32 laps. Down below, your starting grid will appear, allowing you to see where your favorite drivers are going to start this afternoon. 42 drivers are here to race. We had a total of 44 drivers show up. David Gilliland and Joey Gase failed to qualify in single-car qualifying on Friday afternoon. That is all of the pre-race news. We're going to sit down trackside for the starting command to get these cars fired up to go racing here in the desert.
Drivers, please start your engines.
The pace car, the Dodge pace car, will lead the field down into turn 3. Martin Truex and Kyle Larson, your front row. A couple of guys in this race ran in yesterday's Xfinity race. Guys like Austin Dillon, Eric Jones, Ryan Blaney, guys who are starting up front. Could that benefit them here in the long run in this race? Off the final corner, the pace car is in pit lane. The fans are on their feet coming down the green. The Camping World 500 is underway. A great jump by the front row. Martin Truex Jr. Kyle Larson brings the field down into turn number 1. Larson at the track. Here comes the 20 in the middle, coming out turn 2. Martin Truex Jr. in front, but is 3 wide behind him. Chase Elliott on the bottom. Matt Kenseth in the middle. Kyle Larson up top. They come from turn 4 to complete lap number 1, and the 20 moves to the bottom of the track off turn 4. They complete lap number 1. Truex out in front by Kenseth, looking to the inside. Elliott now in the 24, side by side with the 42 of Kyle Larson. Ryan Blaney runs out your top 5. Denny Hamlin, Kevin Harvick, Jimmy Johnson, McMurray, and Bowyer your top 10 as they make their way again through turns 3 and 4. Truex overdrives turn 3. That opens up the door for the 20 to get a run on the inside lane. Throughout the entire weekend, from the Canaan race, from the Xfinity race to now the Cup race, we've seen the inside line and the outside line work pretty well, but the inside line does seem to be the dominant lane throughout pretty much the entire day. Sometimes you may be able to keep that outside going for maybe a lap or 2. As see Rob Blaney gets put in the wall off turn 4. Kevin Harvick ran the 21 up the track, and Blaney may have kissed the wall a little bit off of turn number 4. Loses a couple of spots to McMurray and Edwards and possibly Logano, but could have been a lot worse for the 21 as the front 4 try to break away. Kenseth, Truex, Larson, and Elliott. So far, a Toyota, a Joe Gibbs Racing car has yet to win in 2017 in the first 3 races of the year. It's been all Ford in 2017. Right now, we have the highest Ford right now in 6th place with a Ford Kevin Harvick, as we had a little bit of debris down here in turn number 1 or turn number 3. Matt Kenseth leads Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, Truex, and Johnson, Harvick, McMurray, Edwards, Logano, and Blaney. You have Denny Hamlin, Erie Jones, Dale Jr., Kurt Busch, and Clint Boyer. Here's the 2-car Brad Keselowski. And we are under caution here on lap number 6. And it involves the 31 of Ryan Newman, the Caterpillar Chevrolet, in trouble here on lap number 6 of the race as they race back to the line. It will be the 20 in front, Matt Kenseth leading the 42 of Kyle Larson, the 24 of Chase Elliott in 3rd, Martin Truex, and the 48, Jimmy Johnson rounds out your top 5, Kevin Harvick, Jamie McMurray, Carl Edwards, Joey Logano, and Ryan Blaney. That will be your top 10. Now, pit stops could occur as we are 7 laps in. Pit road is open. We will see if the leaders will take this time to come down pit road and get full tank of gas, 4 fresh Goodyear tires. But the question is, do anybody want to give up this very important track position? And we had 1 car coming down pit road, the 19 of Carl Edwards, giving up the 8th spot to come down pit road. The problem is nobody else behind the 19 comes down pit road. So this may be more of an unscheduled pit stop for the number 19 of Carl Edwards. We probably expect the 31 of Ron Newman to come down pit road. And Edwards getting service on the right side of his Stanley Tools Toyota Camry. Getting gas. And now they're going to work on the left side of the 19. So it'll be a 4-tire pit stop for the 19 of Edwards. The 31 of Ryan Newman, trying to find him. Newman is going to... Right now, he is 25th, so he must have wrecked when he was coming across the line. But let's go back and look at a replay of the 31 of Ryan Newman and why that caution flag is out here early in the race. Ryan Newman's back here battling for around the 22nd spot when they're going to be about 4 wide coming out of turn number 4. Greg Biffle is going to get into the left rear corner panel of 31 of Ryan Newman, sends him down into the 47 of AJ Allmendinger. A little bit of contact with the 47. Newman hits the inside wall with the rear end of his Caterpillar Chevrolet, and that is some pretty good damage for the 31 of Ryan Newman. Now, he wrecked coming across the line, so he was 25th when he took the caution flag, and he did not come down pit road, so he will restart 25th with a damaged car. Not sure why he did not come down pit road. We saw the 19 of Carl Edwards come down pit road, but not sure why the 31 did not use this opportunity to try to fix the damage on the 31. Even though it's a tough break for Carl Edwards having to come down pit road, right now his teammate Matt Kenseth is having a good run right now. He is the leader, as we'll be right back with a double file restart here at Phoenix. We are getting set for the restart with 22 laps to go. The 20 of Matt Kenseth currently leading the 42 of Kyle Larson. A spin by Ryan Newman brought out the first caution of the afternoon, but now the pace car hits pit lane and it's time to let these guys race it out again. As the first restart is underway, we're back underway in the Camping Road 500. Pretty good restart by the 42 of Kyle Larson. Was able to stay beside the 20 a little bit longer, but quickly gets cleared by the 20. Now under attack by the 24 of Chase Elliott. Elliott on the inside of Larson. There's the 48. Jimmy Johnson also trying to work the inside lane, but now the momentum for the outside line carries on for Kyle Larson. Almost was able to clear the 24 of Elliott, and Elliott nearly gets hit by the 78, but Truex ends up losing his momentum when the 24 came down the track right in front of the 78. 78 must have took the air off the nose of the 78 of Truex, as it really slowed down that car a lot. As he's now under attack by the 1 of Jamie McMurray. Having a great strong run right now is the 1 of McMurray. And there you see Johnson working the inside line on Kevin Harvick. There's the 42 of Kyle Larson out the track. And Elliott may be able to clear Larson through the dog leg. He does. So now move Elliott up into second. Drop Larson to third. Now Johnson trying to get fourth away as Larson does the crossover. Contact is made again. Elliott was heading towards the inside wall, but was able to save his car, and he stays in second place for now, as here comes Johnson coming up through the middle. Kyle Larson on the bottom of the track through the dog leg, and there's the four, Kevin Harvick trying to find some space up top, and again, contact between the 42 and the 48. Here comes the 4 and the 1 on the inside. These guys are running out of room and they're coming off the corners, and it is getting aggressive here at the front. Look further back, you see side by side the 5 of Casey Kane, the 14 of Clint Boyer. That is the last spot to get a top 15 at the moment. There's 17 Ricky Stenhouse behind him, Kyle Busch, Austin Dillon, Brian Vickers. Further back, Ryan Newman still right now running 29th. Edwards has now moved his way up to 31st in the 19 car. And now battle for third place, hitting up the 4 of Kevin Harvick on the inside, the 42 of Kyle Larson on the outside. It's got a little bit calmer here in the front. McMurray now still on the inside of the 78 of Truex. Larson gets run up the track by the 4 of Harvick, who's still trying to get that spot away, as we may have a battle here heating up for the lead. Kenseth has been out front from pretty much the majority of this race so far, but now he has company. Here comes the 24. Chase Elliott on the inside for the lead. We saw a first-time winner in the Xfinity race with William Byron. Can we see the same with Chase Elliott going for the lead on the 20 of Kenseth? Contact again for the lead. Kevin Harvick won 2 weeks ago at Atlanta. Right now he's third. Kyle Larson and Jimmy Johnson, they run out your top 5. McMurray, Logano, Truex, Blaney, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. have a nice run inside the top 10. Eric Jones, Denny Hamlin, Keselowski. There's Kurt Busch, Stenhouse, Casey Kane, Clint Boyer, Dillon, Kyle Busch, and Vickers. Right now, the only Gibbs car running very well is the 20 of Kenseth. He's now trying to get that lead back away from the 24 of Elliott. Fourth place now battle, the 48, Jimmy Johnson, the 42 of Kyle Larson. And Elliott up the track in turn 3. Here comes the 20 back to the inside on the corner pin on the 24. And there goes Elliott again sideways. Contact from the 20 of Kenseth. And here comes Harvick on the outside. Look at the momentum the 4 Kevin Harvick has. But he can't go anywhere with it. The 24 comes up and blocks the 4 Harvick. That allows the 20 of Kenseth to stay on the inside. But now here comes Harvick on the outside, possibly into the corner pin on the 24 of Elliott. Great racing for the lead with 12 laps to go. Things are heating up, and Matt gets hit by the 4 Harvick. Harvick runs in the back of the 20 of Kenseth, and they are racing so aggressively here for the lead. Nobody giving up, nobody giving an inch. Elliott up the track again. Here comes Kenseth and Harvick. 3 wide for the lead. And there they go. Top 3 wrecked. Elliott spins out. Kenseth is involved. McMurray spins out. Junior involved. And it's a big pile up here on the front straightaway. And they're all running into one another. Carl Edwards, Eric Almirola, AJ Allmendinger, Michael McDowell damage. I think the 48 may have grabbed the lead. Or not, the 4, Kevin Harvick gets the lead. Jimmy Johnson second. Logano third. McMurray got some contact, but he did not spin out. There's the 24. Chase Elliott, a tough break for the Napa Chevrolet. Battling for the lead, gets taken out off turn number 4. You see the damage on the rear end of the 20. 78 and the 42. There's the 88 of Dale Earnhardt Jr. with damage. What a mess that was. Coming off of turn number 4 for the lead. Heavy damage on the 27 of Paul Menard. His day is most likely done. Ryan Newman. More heavy damage on the 31. Ryan Reed. 35. Not a good start of his year. And neither for his teammate Chris Buescher in the 34 car. Reed is out of the race. There's Edwards on pit road. Cole Witt out the race. But Kevin Harvick is still in the lead. Now the question is, how much damage did he get? And how much of that damage will affect the 4 Kevin Harvick as we take a look at the replay of the big crash off of turn number 4. With the way these guys are racing here at the front, we knew something was going to happen eventually, and it's going to happen here. And this affects the 24 Chase Elliott the most of our leaders. 3 wide, Kenseth and Elliott runs out the track. And Elliott's going to get put in the wall, bounces off into Kenseth. Harvick gets a little bit of pretty good contact in the 4. Harvick, Kyle Larson, McMurray. The big winner was Joey Logano and Ryan Blaney, who gets through it with almost no damage, or really no damage at all. But then it's going to be a big checkup. Allmendinger runs in the back of Vickers, Bain, Ty Dillon, Bethel, Smith, and the 44 Almirola team. McDowell in his 95 car gets lifted off the ground. Really, it's just the car's just not, slowing down, which is pretty much the main reason for all this pileup down here and towards turn number 1. The rate comes off at turn number 4, and then it ends down here in turn number 1. Kevin Harvick, Jimmy Johnson, and Joey Logano, your top 3. And we'll see what happens here when we come back live to the Camping Road 500 here from the Phoenix International Raceway. Okay, we are getting set for 7 laps to go. 37 cars are on track. Some cars went behind the wall. Kevin Harvick, Kyle Larson, drivers with damage at the front. The 78 has some damage. The 20 has some damage after that big crash off of turn number 4. It's the 48 and the 22 in the best seat to win the race. On the front row, Kevin Harvick, Jimmy Johnson, side by side. We're back on the way. 7 laps to go in Phoenix. Harvick and Johnson side by side. Kyle Larson, Joey Logano. Here comes McMurray, maybe making it 3 wide through the dog leg. No, he stays behind his teammate Kyle Larson. And Johnson stays beside the 4 of Kevin Harvick. Logano may be in the middle as Johnson on the outside line. They come from turn 4. 6 laps to go. Kevin Harvick got some damage after that big wreck on lap 4. Ran into the 20 of Matt Kenseth. But then the 48 had no damage from that big wreck. Neither did the 22 of Joey Logano. Here comes Logano on the inside. Possibly 3 wide again. It did not work out last time, but Harvick hangs on. Harvick and Logano both looking for their 2nd win of the year. Contact from the 48 and the 4. Here comes Logano for 2nd place on the 48 of Jimmy Johnson. Larson, McMurray right behind. Truex, Blaney, Keselowski. 3 wide back here with Stenhouse, Eric Jones, and Dale Earnhardt Jr., who also got damaged, but he's hanging up here in that 88 car. Coming across the line now for the lead. Here comes the 48. Jimmy Johnson for the lead. 4 laps to go. Harvick can't hang on. And here comes Logano on the inside for 2nd place. If I remember correctly, Logano won this race 1 year ago. Now losing touch to the 48 of Jimmy Johnson, who has clean air and is driving away from the 4 Kevin Harvick. Logano 3rd, Kyle Larson, McMurray. And you have Truex, Kenseth, Keselowski, Blaney, and Jones, your top 10. That'll be 2 laps of racing to go. Jimmy Johnson did not really show, well, he ran top 10 all afternoon, but wasn't really a race-winning car until that crash involving Matt Kenseth and Chase Elliott occurred off of turn number 4. Now, he's about 2 laps away from his first win of 2017. The first win for Hendrick Motorsports, the first win possibly for Chevrolet. Should Johnson hang on for 1 more final lap off turn number 4, the white flag is in the air. Jimmy Johnson, the Lowe's Chevrolet, the 6-time series champion. Logano clears Harvick for 2nd. Now here comes Larson with 3rd. McMurray trying to get 4th away. Into the final set of corners. It's been 4 dominating the first 3 races of the year, but not today. Off the final corner, Jimmy Johnson wins the Camping Road 500. Jimmy Johnson scores his first win of 2017, holding off the 22 of Joey Logano. Kevin Harvick third, Kyle Larson and Jamie McMurray. A great day for Chip Ganassi Racing. Gets both cars inside the top 5 here in a 32-lap race. Coming out of top 10 finishes, the number 78, Martin Truex. Matt Kenseth fell back to 7th. Brad Keselowski 8th. I believe the 21 of Ryan Blaney got 9th. And, yeah, he did. And Eric Jones comes out of here with a nice top 10 run for the rookie. As we take a look now at the finishing results from today's race, we already went through the top 10, but 11th and 12th place, Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Ricky Stenhouse Jr., two drivers really needed a good run this afternoon after a slow start to 2017. The second pace begins with a couple of Gibbs Toyotas, Denny Hamlin and Kyle Busch. Neither really had any speed throughout the weekend. Casey Kane runs out the top 15. Kurt Busch, Dillon, Vickers, Boyer, and Biffle, your top 20. AJ Allmendinger runs out the top 24. He was involved in that big crash, and he was able to salvage a top 25 finish with his JTG Chevrolet. Third page begins with a couple of Richard Petty cars, Eric Almirola and Regan Smith. Michael McDowell 27th. And you see 15, Stephen Lyons 32nd, 19, Edwards 33rd. And TJ Bell, the last car who finished on the lead lap in 36th place. Now, as we take a look at the final page, Reed Sorensen 37th. He actually finished one lap down. He came down pit road late in the final lap, so he went up 37th, one lap down in his Holland Bass Chevrolet for Premium Motorsports. See Chase Elliott, one of the dominant cars out the race. Paul Menard, Ryan Newman, Ryan Reed, and Cole Witt. They do not finish today's race here from Phoenix. Next weekend, the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series continues. NASCAR goes west with the Auto Club Speedway. NASCAR racing in Fontana, California. The Auto Club 400, that is next weekend from the California Speedway. And it's going to be the final race of the West Coast Swing for 2017. You can go to our website, NASCARMockSeason.weebly.com, to get more results, news, information, and more. That is NASCARMockSeason.weebly.com. As now we're going to take a look at your chase grid. Four races in and 4 different winners. The 48 Jimmy Johnson adds his name to the list of drivers who have qualified for the 2017 NASCAR playoffs with his win here today at Phoenix. So that is all here from the desert, and we will see you next weekend at California for round number 5 of the 2017 NASCAR Sprint Cup Series season. Goodbye, everyone.